Hey guys, welcome back to this channel Talk with Tyson. And today we have before us an esteemed guest who always stands for the truth. He likes to do whatever he can in his best possible way for Goa. And recently he has got some fame and he has got some recognition after an issue, a silly issue of the Silly Souls restaurant and bar. And it's none other than Advocate Iris Rodrigues. Welcome to our channel, sir, and
Thank you, sir.
thank you for giving us your precious time.
You're welcome.
And so we are going to cover up something based on what is actually going on right now. So if you can give whatever you can, your thoughts, we would appreciate it. All right. So the first question for you for today, you have exposed the Silly Souls Cafe and bar issue. So linked to the daughter of the Union Minister Smriti Irani. So if you could just please brief us what is the current scenario, and also as the government has introduced new excise rules, and you have accused the government of introducing these rules to the product of the accused.
See, this whole issue started in April, May. I had a lot of calls from people from Asagaon saying that this restaurant, Silly Souls Cafe and Bar, was playing loud music every night till early morning. So, all these complaints coming stated that they had complained to local police, and the local police did not act on a single day. So that was surprising. So I felt that the police don't act only when there is political interference, political support. Police don't act, or they don't act for act of reasons of corruption. So I went to the place myself one day with two other friends, and we uh, had some snacks and a drink there. And then while leaving, I inquired with the manager who the owner of this place was. So I was told that the place is run by Smriti Irani's family, husband Zubin Irani and the daughter were running the place. So I immediately on the RTI applied from the excise commissioner's office to all the file notings of this particular excise license. And then the whole truth started coming in. So at the end of the day, the license was initially issued in the name of Anthony Rigama, that is in January 2021. And in June 2022, it was renewed in the name of Anthony Rigama, who had already passed away a year ago, because he passed away on 17th of May 2021. So basically, the license was renewed in the name of a dead person. But the interesting thing is that the excise license was in the name of Anthony Rigama, but the food and drugs license, the GST number, was all in the name of 8 All Beverages Limited, a company which is owned by Zubin Irani, the husband of Smriti Irani. So basically, the license was in one name, the excise license, and all the other documentation was in the name of this 8 All company, which is partnership by Zubin Irani. And in the course of the inquiry, we also placed hands on a lease agreement of that premises, which was leased to 8 All company, Beverages Limited, by Anthony Rigama for a period of 10 years at the monthly rent of 50,000. So this 50,000 is the official rent. So God alone knows what was the real rent being paid. Now, one fails to understand. I fail to understand why Mrs. Smriti Irani had to publicly lie to the nation that she or her family had nothing to do with this restaurant. Now the whole truth is out there. All the documentation has been exposed. So Smriti Irani, I feel, owes an explanation to the nation as to why she lied. And she also owes an apology to the nation, because it is very inappropriate for a lawmaker and a senior union minister like her to have had the audacity to lie to the nation. She needs to justify why she lied and apologize to the nation in all fairness.
All right. Well, and also a second question, just drifting away from the Silly Souls. Now, like the Silly Souls Cafe, restaurant, and bar, there is another project linked to the present BJP, that is the Shina's Bungalow, that is coming up at Old Goa near the heritage site. So, why do you think it's taking so long for the government to demolish this?
See, this government is known to be running the government by amending the laws, issuing notifications and ordinances. Now, regarding that bungalow at Old Goa, owned by the family of BJP spokesman Shaina, I've maintained from day one that that bungalow will never be demolished. The government has just been delaying this matter. They will find a way to regularize that bungalow, and that will happen. So the intention of the government is not right, because the heritage area of Old Goa, we have seen over the years so many structures coming in that heritage area illegally, and the Archaeological Survey of India has not acted against all these illegalities. Now that monstrous bungalow of Shania needed to be demolished, but I'm sure the government will find a way out to shield her, as they are trying to find a way out to save the silly souls. They even earlier this month, on 10th of October, they have issued a notification amending the excise rules to permit somebody to assign his excise license to a different person or to a company, which they will do in the silly souls issue. So take it from me that bungalow at Old Goa, the monstrous bungalow in that heritage precincts of Old Goa, will never be demolished. The government will find a way out to shield that bungalow and the owners of the bungalow.
I guess even I had a similar viewpoint on that. Well, also, and now another question coming away from that topic. There is another issue going on in Goa, which is very much evident today, the Mopa Airport issue, uh, which may also imply that there will be a shutting down of the Daboli Airport. Now, now at Mopa, many people have accused the government of destroying cultivable lands, cashew plantations, and so on. So, what is your say in that?
See, the Goa government on one side speaks about promoting agriculture. On the other side, it is turning Goa into a concrete jungle. The government should be honest and tell the people what they really intend to do, because we need to save every inch of cultivable land, whether it is Mopa or the IIT coming up at Sange. We cannot, under any circumstances, try to destroy cultivable land, because agriculture has to be promoted, because it cannot be that you transform Goa into a concrete jungle, and that too without making any provisions for proper infrastructure. Now we have seen what Taligaon has become today. Taligaon used to generate so much of agriculture produce. Today, all those big buildings have come, and there is no infrastructure at all. All the sewage from that buildings are flowing into the fields. So this is an unacceptable situation. You need to put a hold on this further concretization of Goa. You please put your infrastructure in place. Today, the garbage issue is reached a point of crisis. There is no proper garbage disposal plan in place. Our Honorable High Court has been monitoring this issue. It has been passing orders from time to time, but all those orders are not being enforced at all. The government is not concerned about putting Goa's infrastructure in place. last year the government made a tall statement that Goa was had attained the status of being defecation free, which is a totally false. You see in Panjim that Ruadavare of all those houses, those buildings, all the sewage is flowing into the Ruadavare creek. At Santines, all that sewage into the creek there. We have in my own place of Ribandar, we have seen so many places here that houses, the sewage is flowing into the river Mandovi. This is an unacceptable situation. So government needs to have a look at this seriously. Yes, we need to have a proper airport, and the airport facilities have to be improved. And because Daboli, with so many concrete buildings come around the airport, that should have never been allowed in the first place. Government should have made a provision to be able to expand Daboli, because they have not done that intentionally. And now having Mopa at the cost of agricultural land is something unacceptable.
Okay, well said. Now, also, with the recent events of this MLAs, people of Goa are just fed up with the defections of MLA from one party to another party. So, is it time to make amendments to the anti-defection law, and how practical is it?
See, the anti-defection law was enacted to prevent this malaise of defections. But unfortunately, Goa has become a laboratory for various experiments how to circumvent the anti-defection law. Goa has shown to the nation ways and means how to find ways to still defect despite the anti-defection law. Now, there have to be drastic amendments to that anti-defection law to ensure that this defections for the sake of money and power do not take place. Now, the MLA's defect, saying that it is for development of their constituencies, which is totally nonsense. We all know, and we know that even these last 8 MLAs who defected, shamelessly defected, they can be branded as traitors for having breached the people's trust. These MLAs have defected not for the sake of their constituency, but for their personal development in lure of money and power. And this is something that is unacceptable. So the law needs to be amended to plug those loopholes in the law, and all the petitions concerning anti-defection have to be decided by an independent authority and have to be decided in a time-bound manner, so that the law cracks down on those violating the law and defecting contrary to the law.
All right, okay. And so, your last question for today, which will be a little more personal for you. So, in your past, you have taken up a lot of issues concerning the people of Goa, and you have well known for confronting the late Manohar Parrikar. And once you were even attacked, and now with taking up the issue on the Silly Souls restaurant and bar, you have almost challenged the central government. So, what motivates you to do all this in spite of the challenges and dangers?
See, I have had a long innings in activism. In fact, thanks to the experience we got in the student movement in 1979, that was when my taking part in activism started. In 79, when we launched that 13-day agitation for 50% bus concession in Goa. That was a founding experience for me. It was a very vibrant movement. And then over the years, I've taken part in various agitations. Yes, there is always this threat to life and, that revenge that the government takes on you. But all this has never deterred me from doing what I like to do, to see that the truth prevails and that people get justice. In fact, every threat only emboldens me and makes me stronger. My uh, my determination to fight for the people. And I feel that one should never be cowed down by uh, any such threats or intimidation. I, for one, have never been cowed down. In fact, I have suffered under the Congress regime. I have also have been suffering now under the BJP rule. During the Congress regime, they used to say that I was a BJP man. Now the BJP may feel I am a congressman, but I am what I am. I have faced it all. In fact, taking part in public causes is not an easy task, because the government of the day harasses you in one way or the other. I have faced a lot of harassment from the earlier government, but much more under the these last 10 years of the BJP rule. Since 2012, when the BJP has come to power in Goa, I have personally suffered. They have misused the law enforcement authorities to try and harass me in whichever way. But all their attempts have failed, because ultimately it is the truth that prevails. So my appeal, because I appeal to the youth, and I have faith, because we have a vibrant young generation today. I think they should stand up for what is right, never get scared to fight, because if you're fighting for truth, and if you're fighting for justice, I feel nobody should stop you, and nothing can stop you. So I hope this young generation will not be cowed down, but will stand for truth and stand for justice.
Well, very well said, and the truth shall prevail. So, with this, we end up with our session on this talk show. Please do subscribe to our channel, and we shall come with some more content very soon. Till then, goodbye, take care, and stay safe. Thank you very much.